Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to round 7 of Wicked Wednesday here in Fortune Racing. I am its Chocolate. Today I am joined by Jack.
Hello, everyone.
And yeah, today we're in the Principality. It's going to be an exciting one, and as you can see by the very amazing graphic I made last night, we have some rain coming here in qualifying. So this is going to be interesting. We're going to see lots of drivers setting some laps early on here, trying to get it going. Why is my F1 not showing up?
Seems like it's raining already.
Okay, well, can F1 work, please? This isn't good. Some reason F1 doesn't want to show up. This
Well,
is
apparently we're under the lights in Monaco,
oh yeah,
which looks pretty cool.
it's night. Um, capture any full screen application. Sure. Can we get some F1?
First driver to go out looks to be an Alfa Romeo.
I'm just gonna add display capture. That will have to do. There we go. So who's going out then? Yeah, so rain already falling here.
Looking like it's only getting heavier.
I think
Started quite light.
this is
Drivers
going to
need to
be a
get out as
case of
quickly as they
first
can.
person out.
This is going to be
Might
absolute
be.
chaos here in Monaco.
I think we're going to see a bit of issues with traffic in Sector 3 as well.
For sure.
Backing up through Raskas and Anthony Nogues.
Will they even want to back up?
Well, I'm looking more at the that group of 3 cars right at the front. I'm just thinking if they all end up at Anthony Nogues at the same time, there's going to be a crash. Make retiring to serve his quali ban. I haven't got F1 audio on. There we go.
There's definitely going to be cases of drivers catching other drivers on their laps.
Yeah. So BPA currently leading them away, although he's just let the Aston Martin through.
That is probably a smart idea, considering the Aston Martin will more than likely be faster on the hot lap.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's also letting the Alfa Romeo through.
I think he's trying to get himself a bit of clean air now. I guess hoping that the track conditions aren't going to worsen too much in that 10 seconds. Well, he's gone very close to that Alfa Romeo, actually.
He'll probably drop back from him anyway, but there's a nice gap behind him.
Yeah.
So he's not really going to get caught up by the McLaren of today, Tommy.
So who is that?
Oh, he's hit the wall in turn 1.
Yeah. The track already looks wet now. You can see the water on the track. Rain lights are on, I think, as well. Yeah, this is going to be absolute chaos for these drivers. Yeah.
And DRS is disabled, so the track is wet. Rain lights are on as well, yes.
And the Alfa Romeo lets BPA through there. BPA going very wide at the Lowe's hairpin. Alfa Romeo will invalidating his lap. That's not going to be great for him.
Fastest first sector so far does go to today, Tommy, I believe.
He's probably flying along quite nicely. Hasn't gone too late, so he's going to get some decent track conditions through the tunnel now. The only part of the track that's dry anymore. Yeah. Down into the Nouvelle chicane.
Oh, and he's invalidated.
That's unfortunate for him. Hopefully he'll have enough ERS to go for another one on this set of tyres. Otherwise, I think he might have to pit for Inters.
First one to cross the line is going to be the Aston Martin of the King, whatever that is.
The King of all.
The King of all. Why is there a H?
I don't know. So he's at a 1:23.3, like 12, 11 seconds off of what the normal times.
Let's see what the McLaren of Tommy would have done.
Validated, but
24.5.
So a second off the King of All's pace. Probably backed off though through the final sector. Failing squash, that's a 1:26. Next car across the line is going to be the Mercedes, I believe, of Mike. No, he's in the pits. Are people just going to commit to intermediates? Chris going for another lap.
He's invalidated his lap.
Yeah.
And almost spun on the pitch straight.
And then we've got Tyrant, who's going to be the next one. He hasn't invalidated yet. There's not really anyone else you can invalidate in Sector 3. Yeah, I think just struggling for grip here through Raskas into Anthony Nogues now. drifting on the exit.
Nowhere
Uh,
near the pace.
BPA has intermediate tires on now, and he's gonna set a 1 minute 30. I think people are gonna have to set some intermediate tires now into the wall at turn 1 as well. Gibbo sets a 1:31.5. The track is too wet now. Nobody's setting anywhere near the times that they were setting at the start of the session. And I think actually the King of All may have taken pole. We have a McLaren of today, Tommy, slowing at the Nouvelle Chicane. I don't know if he spun or if
I
he was just slowing
think
down.
there's a possibility. I don't know what the times are like on the Inters normally here, but there might be a possibility that the pole still could be snatched away.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see once we have the likes. We've got BPA out on track now with intermediate tires on, so it's going to be very interesting to see, does he have the pace on those intermediate tires in these conditions
Stayed
to
out.
go faster. Yeah,
He's going to take the line, and it's last of the people who've set time so far, 37.0.
I don't think there's not going to be any more representable times for on the slicks. I think we're just going to have to wait for some intermediates. And JTK also now on track on the intermediates. He's currently at Portier. BPA going much faster on his outlap than the Aston Martin, who nearly spins there actually, in front of the Haas. But yeah, it looks much more comfortable than the guys on the softs.
Oh, for sure.
On his outlap, pulling multiple seconds on these guys. Drifting a bit there on the exit of the swimming pool. The Ferrari crashed into the pit wall. Got to be careful not to impede there.
Or get disqualified.
Yeah, true. But now BPA starting his flying lap here. First driver on the intermediate tyres. What are his times going to be like compared to the Aston Martin with the King of All? Up through Beau Rivage now towards Massenet.
Change into fifth gear, it looked like then.
Yeah, so, and then now through Casino Triangle, not Casino Triangle, that's okay, through Casino Square, and the Sector 1 split, 22-0. He has gone fastest, so we could still see a fight here for pole.
Thought that might be the case.
Yeah.
And he's in a Haas as well.
It might only be a matter of a second or two, but that definitely gives people an opportunity to improve on that time set by the King of All. And now down towards the Nouvelle Chicane. Very tricky braking zone to get right. You've also got to be careful of the inside barrier there, not to hit that. Careful of the track limits as well.
Oh, that inside barrier
Just about gets through, but he loses the rear on the exit. Looked alright through to back there. Didn't look too bad. Bit wide through the swimming pool there, but he's managed to keep it quite stable. Just 2 corners left, nearly losing the car there again. Through Raskas, keeps it nice and tight. And now into Anthony Noakes, drifting the car on the entry. Gets it through, drifting on the exit as well. Now the run towards the line. And he's going to set a 1:23.4. So the fight for pole is on. He's a 10th off the King of All's time currently. And there's definitely time in that lap. Next person, I think, across the line is going to be JCK on the intermediates. And he goes fastest with a 1:20.8. So yeah, we are going to see some improvements here. 2.5 seconds up for JTK right now. Let me get some gaps up. There we go. So yeah, it's going to be... It looked like it was going to be quite a bland end to the session. Prezi retires in the pit lane. He didn't settle that. It looked like it was going to be quite a bland finish here. But no, we've still got plenty of action to come here in qualifying.
I did think with that 23.3, it wasn't going to be enough to hold on to
It wasn't the greatest lap, and yeah, about 13 seconds off of the dry pace.
And the Inters tend to be about 10 seconds off.
Yeah, which is what we've seen actually right now.
Yeah.
JTK about 10 seconds off. So yeah, there's still definitely potential for a lot of these guys here to get a nice lap in and potentially take pole, which is very crucial here at Monaco. I think around 2/3 of Monaco Grand Prix have been won from the front row. So getting that pole position is a very crucial part if you want to take that win. Very tricky to overtake given how narrow the track is. Not many braking zones from high speed, which are heavy enough really to go for an overtake either. Fading Squash now coming through Anthony Noakes towards the line for his first lap on the intermediates, and he is going to set a 22.5, and that puts him 1.7 seconds off of JTK.
Tyrant's on a fast lap. He's done a purple sector 2. Oh, he's hit the wall!
Where's Tyrant?
Oh,
His wing
is it going to
looks
be
intact.
fast enough?
22.3 for him.
I think he lost a lot of time in the final sector.
Lots of people in the 22s now, though. And the king of all soft time, long gone. So we got Gibbo coming to the line now in the Ferrari. Goes second with a 1:22.0. It looks like it was an amazing lap, to be honest, from JTK here. 1.2 seconds clear of the next fastest car, and that's a Ferrari compared to his Alpha Tauri. And Williams Albert, crashed in the swimming pool chicane. Unfortunately, the first car that's going to get there is going to be Fading Squash, and the car is gone by the time we've got there. So, yeah, unfortunate. But what can you do?
Tom is on a lap right now, but he has a bit of traffic.
Oh, there's a Crossfrog has spun at Casino Square, reversing the car on. Luckily, no cars behind him, so he should be all right just to make a 20-point turn and get the car going again, which he has done now. Yeah, Tommy coming through Antonio as well. He's going to get a little bit of a slipstream here from the Williams in front. Not going to make a massive difference. Goes P2 though, 121.5, half a second clear of Gibbo in the Ferrari. Tyrant goes third fastest at 121.7, just a 10th behind Tom. And we have the Alfa Romeo. Oh, it's Tyrant gone deep at turn 1 into the runoff. He's got it going again though. And Gibbo sets a time half a second slower than his previous lap. Not able to improve on that attempt.
So Tom has only managed to be 1/10 faster than Tyrant, and Tom is in a very much superior car.
Yeah, maybe he's just struggling with the conditions.
The rain does look like it's getting heavier, but then Tyrant did a lap after.
Is. It should be going to full wet conditions eventually. So
Guess we'll have to wait and see what Tom does on his final lap, because he's got enough time to go into the pit still and put on a fresh set of inters.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I'm quite excited for these final laps. See if anybody can challenge JCK out there.
Gibbo also should be challenging.
Yeah, I'm quite
in
surprised.
The Ferrari.
That Haas, I think, is just back out.
Oh, Tyrant's in the wall!
That's not good for him. Can BPA get around him? Yes, he can.
I don't know. He was about to cut the corner and then decided to steer into the wall.
A few more
instead.
cars behind as well, though. Gibbo, I think he just hit the inside barrier, actually. And the Aston Martin manages to get past as well. Gives him time
ghosting off. Is that why he's stopped?
Yeah, ghosting is off. That's another quirk of the Gibbons. Why not have a wet to dry race, a dry to wet race in Monaco with ghosting off? What could go wrong?
It's gonna be chaos.
It is. Oh, and he's crashed again. He's done a Charles Leclerc.
That was on purpose.
Hello, Schumacher. He comes into the pits now, drifting into the pits. I guess having a little bit of fun on his way in.
I don't know. Is he happy that he's a 10th off Tom, or I don't know?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think maybe it was a bit of a scruffy lap from Tom. I'd be expecting more pace. Maybe he's happy he's less than a second off JTK. Maybe that's.
Tom is currently 3.5 tenths down on his lap time.
He is on 2.5 lap out tyres.
Oh, and he's hit the wall, I think. Or he got extremely close to it.
He'll be losing a little bit of time with the tyre wear, for sure. I don't think it's massive at Monaco, but
it's not too bad on the inters anyway, I don't think.
Drifting there on the entry. Tyrant retires, I guess, either not wanting to waste any tyres or doesn't think he can improve with the, I guess, conditioning's worsening. Tommy into the pits as well. We don't have many drivers out on track right now. BPA nearly crashing on the exit of the swimming pool like Tyrant did, and Will as well, I believe. And he's into the pits. So we got Khalifa 8 tenths down, or 7 seconds, I don't know which delta's correct. He's down on his time, is what I'm trying to say. I think it's the 8 second one. Who else have we got on track? There's not many people out right now. I think the conditions are worsening. BPA, so that's not BPA. Mike half a second down on his sector one, and yeah, I'm not
I
sure we're gonna see
think
any
it's wet
improvements here.
conditions now.
Yeah, Failing Squash has just gone into P6 with a 122.5. But yeah, I agree with that. I'd say it's probably too wet for these inters now.
I mean, I
Uh,
can see standing water on the track
yeah,
now, which is a sign it's starting to get a bit too wet for the inters.
yeah, they're probably struggling a bit with tire temperatures, which definitely won't be helping them, especially through sector 3 with that swimming pool. Trying to carry that speed without sliding is going to be very tricky. Chris has wet tires selected in the pit lane right now. That's probably another indication that it's wet.
I mean, he's not going to gain any time by going onto them.
No, it's the delta between the tires is far too big. Mike Mick, I don't know how we say his
Oh,
name. That's retired.
Failing Squash just cuts the corner, casually.
But yeah, I guess Gibbo, the only person on a flying lap. The king of all has gone straight on. He's done a Rosberg. Too many Monaco references. But Gibbo, yeah, through Beau Rivage now. Let's see if he's able to improve his time. The timing line on the exit of Casino Square. He's taking it very cautiously here. I don't think that these conditions are at all good. In fact, I think he's backed off. He's 2 seconds down. I think he's just trying to bring the car home at this point. And I'd say it's too wet now for any improvement from the rest of the drivers here.
We have just under 2 minutes to go. King of All is hoping to get back into the pit lane to set another lap, I think. But I don't think he's going to have enough time.
Very ambitious.
Oh, he's gone past the pit lane.
I guess doesn't think he'll have enough time to change tyres and get back out. So going for one more flying
He has
lap.
enough fuel. He's got 2.4 laps left, as I can see on his dash.
So yeah, we'll go on board with him instead. See what he can do.
Short shifting to third and fourth, then pushing the gears to fifth, sixth, seventh, down into third gear, in towards Casino.
Turned in a little bit early though. Nearly hit that inside wall, and he's a second down on his second one. It's far too wet at this point. You can see all the puddles on the track off the racing line as well.
You can also see it struggling to slow the car down and turn in, so there's a lot more understeer. The tyres are getting colder, the brakes are getting colder. Car doesn't like it.
Maybe these guys are just getting some practice for the sprint race. I mean, it's gonna be raining on the end potentially, but we don't know how heavy it's gonna be when it's gonna come. All we know is it's gonna be at the end. So maybe these guys anticipating a stop for the inters. Obviously, Monaco is a 19-lap sprint race. 19 is it? Something like that. It's quite a long sprint race compared to other tracks because the actual race is 78 laps, so it has quite a long sprint race. Here we're going to go for one more lap here, just backing off through Raskas. But yeah, very possible we could see some intermediate tyres, maybe even going into wet conditions right at the end. Oh, never mind. I think he's waiting to take the flag.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that is going to be the grid. JTK takes pole here in Monaco from Today Tommy, followed by Tyrant, Gibbo, Chris, Failing Squash, Mike, the king of all, Crossfrog, BPA, Khalifa, will make Fuzzy at the back. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. Lots of fast guys will make, for example, starting at the back. Oh, I'm on Discord. I forgot I'm on display capture. Lots of fast guys at the back. And yeah, it's going to be interesting seeing them come through. But yeah, that is your grid. JCK
Dutch
Tommy
1-2.
Yeah, Dutch 1-2. British 3-4-5. It's definitely going to be an interesting start into Sanderlot. The King of All's left the session. I don't think I have him added. But yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see who can make some moves into turn 1. Can Tommy take the lead from JTK? That's probably his best chance, to be honest. Let's quickly, while we wait for the sprint race to start, let's have a look at the weather. Uh, so it is indeed going to be raining come the end. We're going to start off with some overcast, light cloud conditions. But in that last portion of the race, we are going to be seeing some heavy rain, similar to the levels we had in qualifying. Um, Maybe seeing some intermediate tires, maybe even the wets if it gets that heavy. It's gonna be an interesting one. Uh, with the strategy, yeah, is anybody gonna be bold enough to choose those intermediate tires early on? And yeah, it's definitely gonna be an interesting one with the strategy.
If you
Um,
pick the tires, if you choose intermediate tires to start on,
oh no,
you're
no, sorry, not
losing.
not to
Yeah,
start
I was
on.
gonna say.
Um, I'm thinking too many things at the same time. But yeah, there's definitely going to be a possibility, I think, mid race to switch for some intermediate tires. If you get a good undercut here, I mean, that could be the difference for your entire race, really. Making up several positions here at Monaco in the pits is probably the best way to make up positions here. Also, in changing conditions, like we saw at Monaco in 2023, I think it was Gasly, I believe. He was making quite a lot of overtakes when they were changing. I can't remember which way they were changing. I think it was into slicks, and he was making lots of overtakes there in quite unorthodox places. But yeah,
Well, as we've seen, as we've seen in quali, the weather changes quickly,
yeah. I mean,
especially if it's rain, if it's dry instantly to rain, which it
it
did look like it was in qualifying.
it went from dry running instantly to 13 seconds off the pace, and then come the end of the session, we were in full wet conditions. So yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting here to see what's going to happen. I guess with the weather, it's definitely going to play a big factor into this sprint race. But here we go for the formation lap now. What do I want? I want, there we go, tire.
The marshals
So
seem to be waving up green cushions.
So here we go with the tyres quickly. JTK, the king of all, Khalifa, and Prezi choosing the medium compound tyres. Everybody else opting for the softs. I think they are potentially anticipating anticipating the rain and expecting to have to pit for some intermediate tyres. 13 laps in the sprint.
Definitely expecting
Yeah,
a safety car to come out.
yeah. I think that's kind of a guarantee, to be honest. Having a safety car here. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, especially with the rain. If we do get lots of safety cars in this sprint race, the rain could come much earlier, and the use of these soft compound tires at the start could be even more. It could be even more critical than in a normal race, where you'd have the opportunity come the end for JCK, for example, on the mediums to be able to. So he would have the faster tires at the end and be able to fight back. But with the softer compound, we might be seeing some moves from the likes of Tommy into turn one, trying to take the lead here. I think that's going to be a very exciting fight by the time we get to the apex of Standard Box.
Well, Tom is at least known in VRL for having very, very inconsistent starts. Even though he's on the better tire, he may not get ahead straight away.
Yeah, it's definitely
And
going to
in
be interesting.
Monaco, the soft tire dies after, well, like 2 or 3 laps.
And another thing is that pole is on the inside, so that doesn't. I think that doesn't bode great for Tommy if he wants to be making a move. He'd want to be on that inside line for the start. Mike gets disqualified. I don't know. I can't remember if grid disqualifications pull your tires or not. But if
They
they
do,
yeah.
yes.
So that's not going to be great for him, starting smack bang in the middle of the pack. But here we go for the lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. Come on.
Well, they're out.
And we're off
There
here
we
in
go.
Monaco. JTK looks to have got a decent start. He's got the jump on Tommy, although Tommy's having a look to the outside. He manages to get into the lead, though. And there's contact there between the Ferrari and the Williams. And more contact in the back. Lots of cars making contact there. I think the Aston Martins and the Alfa Romeos banging wheels there up through Beau Rivage. But JTK leads the way through Casino and into
Like the
Mirabeau
move from
now.
Mike here. No, he doesn't do it. He does make contact with the Williams, though.
Yeah, very chaotic start as expected. Lots of contact being made. Now through the lows hairpin. A few people banging wings to diffuse there. But we've managed to get 13 out of 14 cars through relatively unscathed. I think maybe a couple drivers at the back have wing damage. Mike and Chris going wheel to wheel through the Nouvelle chicane, and there was contact there. I think the Williams was sideways. Now down towards the back. Are we going to see a move here? In fact, Fading Squash going round the outside of his teammate, wheel to wheel through the swimming pool chicane. That's not going to end well. The king of all is out. And this is absolute chaos here between Chris and Failing Squash. Oh, no, Chris and Crossfrog, in fact. Sorry.
Tom with a huge bit of opposite lock to try and stop the car from going into the pit wall.
Yeah, very
out of,
chaotic
the final corner.
opening lap there. Actually, it's the king of all got the disqualified, actually.
He did. He was reversing on the track for some reason.
Oh, yeah, interesting strategy. But yeah, this battle very close going into Massenet. Crossfrog, BPA, Failing Squash, and Will and Make as well. All very close together here. Oh, and that's Crossfrog spun. Oh, what's just happened there? That's absolute chaos.
Oh, big crash. Big accident.
Let's get the replay up. Can that please work? Can it please work? Why is my replay not working? Oh, it's not working. That's sad. Oh. Yeah, well... Oh, it's just not playing yet. Okay. Yeah, I think Crossfrog, I don't know whether he got hit or if he spun it on his own, but absolute chaos getting caught by that. 5 or 6 drivers, I think, involved in that. We have a very spread out field here at the end of lap 2.
Front 3 still within the DRS range of each other. However, the AlphaTauris seem to be running very, very well on this track.
I've just seen a piece of wing fly off of Failing Squash's car. I think he's going to be into the pits. Yes, he is. Make now up to P7, I guess. Yeah, P7. Coming from a qualifying ban. That's quite a good turnaround for him. JCK managed to extend the gap to just over a second. Tommy's going to be pushing hard here with these soft compound tyres, I think, to try and get back into that DRS.
Tom is very much under pressure from Tyrant King behind him.
Yeah.
And he's going to be hoping to help out his teammate by
and Mike and Gibbo going wheel to wheel through Mirabeau. Oh, and there's contact. The Ferrari and the Mercedes come together at the hairpin. And that's not great. It's very tricky to go wheel to wheel through the hairpin there. And that did not end well for the pair of them.
Tyrant could be looking to make a move on Tom as they head into the Nouvelle chicane.
Oh, I know why. My replays were playing, just I forgot to put it above. There we go. That should work now, hopefully.
Tom very much struggling to keep up with JTK.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if the tyres had died off already. I think they'd last a couple more than 2 or 3 laps.
I think Tom's just struggling because Tyrant's keeping up with him.
Yeah. But yeah, DRS not the most powerful thing here at Monaco. It's one of the shortest DRS straights in F1, and
it's the only one.
Yeah, it's the only one. It's one of the shortest, and turn 1's not exactly the heaviest of braking zones. And of course, it's Monaco. It's very narrow, tricky to overtake. We've got Mike and Gibbo also fighting in the background through Casino. I think, yeah, these guys made contact here last lap, but managing to keep going. The Ferrari of Gibbo actually is missing an end plate, I believe. So that's going to be costing these guys all some pace. Make now up to P6. Is he going to be making a move here into the Nouvelle chicane?
I see what you did there.
I didn't even do that intentionally. I've only just realised that now.
Also, I saw in the chat the other day, he said his name is Mike.
Oh, is it? Yeah. I think he said that a couple times to me, but I forgot. Yeah. It's quite hard to remember when I've been calling him that. Oh, and Mike, the other one. This is going to get really confusing because now I'm calling both of them Mike. Mike the Mercedes just lost his entire front wing stop. I think he's going to be in the box. He also just got a 3-second time penalty, which leaves Mike the Alfa Romeo and Gibbo now to fight it out together.
Mike PK and Mike TW. Oh, and Tyrant's hit the wall.
Has
Looks like he didn't get any damage though.
He might have some non-visual damage, maybe. But yeah, Gibbo and Mike fighting through Massenet and
So with
Casino.
no left end plate though.
Yeah, Giebel lost that a few laps ago with the collision with Mercedes, Mike. But yeah, continuing on, maybe they are expecting the rain to come and he'll change it then. Not too sure. But
JTK's lead is now 2 seconds to Today Tommy.
and Tyrant right on the back. Prezzi's retired. Are
Should
we
be a
going to
safety
get?
car here.
No, it's in the pits, I think.
Oh.
How unfortunate. But yeah, Tyrant right on the back of Tommy actually through sector 2 there.
Would
I
he
don't
get a
think
good exit from the final corner
I
to
don't think
maybe
close
use
enough
the
to be
DRS?
making a move with DRS. You've probably got to be within 2 or 3 tenths, to be honest, to be
Thomas just gained 8 tenths in the final sector. 9
eight.
tenths now almost.
Oh, on JTK. Maybe
On
JTK
JTK, yeah.
backing up to No, that wouldn't make sense. That would only help Tom, not Tyrant. Interesting. Maybe he made a mistake through the final corner there, through Antino. BPA and Will also very close. Is Will going to have a look into turn 1? I think he is having a look to the inside. Not quite able to make a move. And BPA's gone straight on at turn 1 into that barrier. He's going to have lost his front wing. I don't know if there was contact between them. And that's an unsafe rejoin by BPA. That's going to give him failing squash wing damage, I think. Unfortunate for the Williams driver. They couldn't do anything there as the Haas reversed onto track.
On the racing
Oh,
eye again.
and Tyrant's out. I think there's contact between Tommy and Tyrant. I'm not sure what's happened, but Tyrant's missing his wheel.
Maybe he just turned in a bit early for the Nouveau chicane.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened.
No safety car.
But Tyrant was completely missing one of his tyres there.
Tyrant, more like tyre went.
But yeah, I honestly don't know what's happened there. I just saw he DNF and then his wheel was gone.
Anyway, Tom is 1.7 from JTK now. And the field is very spread apart from the overtake that just happened from Mike on BPA, who has none of his front wing remaining and almost one of his wheels disappearing.
We might, depending on how the pace of these guys go, we might see some drivers getting lapped in the sprint race here. Mike sets the fastest lap of the race, 1:12.3 on the medium compound tyres. I don't think we're going to be seeing any rain here, to be honest. We haven't seen any drops yet, and I think they can probably do 2 or 3 laps before the track will
Depends
really
how
feel
heavy the
right.
rain is.
That's true. If it could be monsoon conditions, and then yeah. But in fact,
Tom hits the wall.
I think we are going to see the Haas getting lapped here potentially. JTK cruising along at the front though, hasn't been challenged at all this race really. The closest they ever got was turn 1, and he's just pulled away since then.
JTK and the Haas just came out of pit lane, did almost make contact on the exit of turn 1.
The BPA now a lap down, and yellow flags for the Aston Martin of Khalifa. He spun it going into the hairpin.
Oh, this could be bad.
Yeah, this could be very
could be
bad.
a problem.
Oh, don't rejoin! What are you doing? He just rejoined straight into the Haas. Luckily, I think managed to get through without any damage. I don't know how they've managed that. Sideways through Portier, and he's nearly done a Perez there. Manages to keep going. Doesn't look good for the Aston Martin. I'm not sure what's happened there. Whether he's overheated his tires or something.
Well, the Haas of BPA has to move out of the way to let Tommy through because he does have blue flags and he does move out of the way.
The softs are going to fall off.
I think they already have.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say they're already gone. So what?
And how did the wall taste?
You know that little bit of Nouveau that sticks out?
I thought it would be that. I did say it was probably the Nouveau chicane wall.
I wasn't sure if you'd gone for a move on Tommy or if you just crashed on your own.
Oh no, I just
you
lost the rear on the entry. Just oversteered it into the corner.
Also,
tires were gone.
Tommy is quite slow at the minute.
That's the tires.
That's the tires. 100%.
But you were keeping up with him.
Yeah, because they're on the same
Do you
tires.
know if he had wing damage or anything?
No, he seemed to be fine. He didn't hit any balls. I was right behind him the whole time. I think it's just a skill issue.
Yeah, maybe just a Monaco issue.
Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, I quite like Monaco.
I don't think Tom does.
Mike very
Yeah,
close
first
to
drive.
Phelan Squash, having a look into turn one, round the outside. Phelan Squash cuts the corner there. I think, I don't know if we have to give the position back there. That looked quite interesting, to say the least.
And if Ferrari
Will and
Gibbo lets William
Gibbo,
Talbot through.
I think Gibbo's carrying that wing damage still. So I think he's just
Oh,
going to let all
Gibbo's
these
going to
guys
try
go
and hold it
first.
around the
Oh,
outside.
and there's contact
Oh,
at Mirabeau.
what was he doing? He
Oh,
just turned
and there's
in
still more
on the
contact.
Mercedes.
These
And then
guys,
the
I
Mercedes
think,
tries to get some
yeah,
retribution.
these guys, Gibbo's wing damage originated from that same Mercedes at that same corner, actually, on coming out of Mirabeau down towards the hairpin. So maybe wanting to get some revenge, I guess.
As William Talbot looks to be holding up the Williams. Unless he's got wing damage himself.
The Williams did pit on lap 2 for new tyres, actually. Khalifa going slowly again. I think
He's
he's really
reversing, he's
struggling on
going
those
backwards.
tyres. Yeah, really struggling on those tyres, I believe.
He's doing a stroll.
Doesn't get in the way of Make, who's gone from last to fourth so far. Mike gets past Failing Squash into turn 1. Up 10 of 30 and still no rain in sight. So we might see a dry race the whole way through, which I guess is not what these soft runners really wanted. They've had no safety cars and no rain. Those were the two things that would have helped them. Are we going to see a move into the hairpin? No. Mercedes not going to send it from all the way back there on Will.
It looks for now it's going to be a nice comfortable win for JTK of the sprint.
Yeah,
Although I
2.5
wouldn't want to
seconds
jinx
clear.
anything.
2.5 seconds
As
clear.
Mike and William Talbot look like we're going to go side by side in the tunnel, but Mike is going to send it into the Nouvelle chicane. And that is a good move.
Will has to
But
cut
Will
the
just
chicane. I
decides to
think he'll
cut the
have to give
corner.
that position back. He got a
He'll
5
definitely
second
have to
penalty
give the
for corner
position back.
cutting, actually. Maybe he'll continue on and
I think
claim
that's
that as
a
penalty enough.
pretty well-deserved penalty.
Yeah, he did not slow down for that chicane at all. Khalifa getting out of the way of these guys, letting them pass. Yeah, I guess if I was Will, I'd argue that 5 second penalty is the penalty you get for that anyway. So it's penalty enough, I guess.
If he lets him by, he could probably get it removed, but
Yeah,
I
maybe.
mean, he just cut the corner after, in my opinion, what looked like it was going to be a fair overtake.
Yeah, he was alongside on the entry. But yeah, that's Monaco for you. I think the Mercedes
Mike
just
is...
hit at the back of him as well. Will giving you a nice squeeze into one. What's
it's
happened there?
There's a bit of bouncing going on.
And there's chaos again here in Monaco.
That was also, I believe, unfortunately, on Will for moving towards the right whilst the Mercedes was still there.
Yeah. Maybe we'll just... There's a very big bump there caused by some tree roots. Maybe he just hit and lost the wheel or something. Let's hope it was. We won't know, obviously. But lap 12 of 13, well, for our leaders, lap 11 still for these guys. And the Williams is round. Failing Squash spins. Was there contact with Will again? I'm not sure.
Will is missing a lot more of his front wing than he would have been
Will
before.
missing. Is that from the contact at Casino?
I
though?
believe so, yes.
But yeah, the Williams spinning round there. Chaos in Monaco, to say the least.
As we expected.
And we haven't even got that rain. Khalifa retires in the pit lane. Yeah, even without the rain, still getting the chaos that was anticipated. JTK now leading by 3.3 seconds. His lead extending constantly, really, through every single corner, pretty much, except for right now as it's closing. As soon as I say that, but yeah, very comfortable right now for JTK, who is now starting the final lap of this sprint race. Why did I lost audio? Never mind, it's fine. Yeah, so
Well, it seems as though Failing Squash is blaming William Talbot for the collision that they had. He said that he was swerving onto his line. I guess we'll find out what the FIA think of that.
I assume that's referring to the contact at just before Mirabeau.
Yes, I believe it was.
But yeah, who's that? very close. Mike very close to making facts. Going for a move into Anthony Noakes. Not a corner you
Oh.
usually see overtakes happening. He also manages to get the DRS
It's not
here.
done yet.
But yeah, Make still, despite not having the DRS, having a look into turn one, not able to make the move there. They're on their final lap now. So this is going to be a very tense fight to the end. Mike obviously on those medium compound tyres. That's going to give him a nice pace advantage. In fact, he's pulled a second through sector one on the Alpha driver. He has
They're
a car
very
advantage
fresh,
and
or much fresher. Yeah.
a tyre advantage as well. But while this is happening, Crossfrog gets past Gibbo as well. He has a 2-lap tyre advantage. But JTK coming around Anthony Noakes now, and he is going to win the sprint race here in Monaco. Today, Tommy, round the final corner as well now. He is going to come across the line in P2. BPA is going to finish.
Fuel.
P10. He ran out of fuel.
Tom ran out of fuel.
Mike's
on the
crashed
line.
out on the final lap. Mike has
Oh.
crashed out. He was on an absolute charge there. On for P4. Oh, he's crashed out there in the same way that Tyrant did.
Well, I mean, he's lucky. Luckily for him, unlucky for the other guys.
He will still classify, I think, in 9th place.
He will be 9th place. Yes.
Yeah. Chris takes P3 and Make coming around the final corner now. Let's check he doesn't crash on his way. He's going to take P4 here. What are the penalties like? 5 seconds for Will, 8 seconds of Failing Squash. Crossfrog and Gibbo, though, could be on to take some positions here with these penalties.
Maybe not so much Gibbo. Well, maybe on Failing Squash, yeah.
Yeah. So Will's going to cross the line provisionally in P5, Failing in P6. Crossfrog is going to move up to P5 after those penalties. Will in P6, Failing Squash in P7. Where is Gibbo going to finish? He finishes in P7. So that's demoted Failing Squash to P8. So, yeah. Very interesting race there. Lots of chaos throughout the field. But in the end, JTK managing to convert that pole into a win. Our top two not changing at all throughout that race. JTK takes the win here, which will be pole for the feature race. From Tommy, then Chris, Make, Crossfrog, William Talbot, Gibbo, Fading Squash, Mike, BPA, Khalifa, Tyrant, Prezi, and in last place, the king of all. I'm just going to quickly look at the what's it called? Race director in case anyone wants that. And I should probably get the timing deltas as well. There we go. Alright, so on to the feature race now, and it is gonna be a completely dry race, starting out in clear conditions, and it's gonna
That's unfortunate.
get a little bit cloudier come the end of the race. Don't let the sun icon deceive you though. There is not much, well, not any sunlight. It's midnight right now here in the Principality. But yeah, I think we're gonna see a repeat of the last race. To be honest, absolute chaos here. I think. It's definitely going to be an interesting one though. We saw how it went in the sprint. Let's hope the drivers can be a little bit more civilized in the feature race. But we shall see. The guys just choosing their strategies for this race now. What do you think the strategy is going to be here for these guys?
It's going to be carnage. It's going to be safety car after safety car after safety car after safety car after safety car. So they'll probably start on the mediums.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to see either mediums or soft tyres here at the start. Maybe people going onto the softs at the start, getting that undercut, and hoping that they can just use the fact it's Monaco to stop people from passing them when they come the end of the race on the older tyres. But now for the formation lap, and should we do a championship rundown? Should we go for that? Where is the
Oh dear.
It's a lot easier than VRL. Okay, in 36th place, this is standing, yes.
Holy
Yeah,
moly!
there's been
It's not
30
easier than VRL at all.
No,
Oh
I mean
my.
names-wise. In 36th place, we have Albono, then Impulse, Ashag, Ventilex, Vista, Anthrax Robin, Ram, PJH, Epic Gamer, OMG It's Torio, Juicy, YTU Snipers, Habuke, DTYT, Geo, Tiska, BH Norby, Saran Distelfan. Okay, maybe it is a bit. Oh no, whoops. Nuddle, Paul FC, Hubba, PS Rolls, The Wiccan, Mac. Oh, I'm reading Div 2. Oh.
So you've just gone through the entire Div
I
2
clicked on
standing.
the wrong standings channel. Let's go again. From 34th place. We
Oh.
have Juicy, Mike, Jake Griffith, Khalifa, DC Whitey, Geo, Buktavok, It's Chocolate, Ellis, the King of All, Max Tomberg, Imitate Swift, FTR Dan, Brooksy, Crossfrog, Prezi, Elite, Wakandai, Pistol, BPA, Iron Gamer, FTR Chris, Fading Squash, William Talbot, Venom, Micromash, Make, and then in P2 we have Tyrant, and leading the championship currently, JTK, who's going to extend his championship lead after that sprint race as well. That's very sad. That took much longer than it needed to. But our driver's now on the grid. We made it in time. JTK on pole position again, like last race. Tommy alongside. Let's have a look at the tyres very quickly before the race starts. JTK and Tommy on the mediums. Chris on the softs. Everyone on the mediums all the way down to Mike and P9 on the hards. Then there's some softs and hards, I think. What's happening? Where's my menus gone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's lights out and away we go. And
I had no lights.
I didn't have lights either, and my menus are fucked. I can't change anything. I can change drivers, but I can't
JTK
change
holds
settings.
onto the lead.
Oh, and
there's a big crash.
What's just happened there? I've lost
And
my
there's a massive gap
settings.
now.
I've lost all my settings. We have no graphics. I can't see where people are close together.
Gibbo and Fairly Squash are side by side.
Yeah. There's some
And
people
also
going wheel to wheel into the
Alpine
hairpin.
Crossfrog into Mike.
Can you see gaps and stuff?
Yes.
Okay. We're going graphicless for this race. Wheel to wheel through Portia. They're nearly 3 wide there. Yeah, this is going to be very challenging, but we'll make it work.
Mike's going to send a move on Crossfrog. Crossfrog has to cut the track and gets a 3-second time penalty in the process. Didn't need to cut the track there, I don't think. Could have just backed off, let him through, and carried on as normal.
Yeah.
But he decided he wanted to go off.
I have absolutely no clue what I'm on board with either. So the camera's not following the right people.
We have a bit of a love train heading into the final corner. Obviously not involving the top 3 because of the crash that happened earlier. Unless that's always completely unrelated, in which case, yeah, ignore me.
I'm not sure what caused the crash. I just came to one of the cars and I went on board with the car. I just plowed into a couple other ones. Not too sure what happened, but Mercedes into the barrier a little bit there through Casino. For the Ferrari right on the back of, I guess that's Crossfrog in the Alpine. But yeah.
Tyrant is really out of position here. He needs to think about being a bit more aggressive to gain some positions, although it could be a dangerous strategy. And
Yeah.
Gibbo's out.
Oh, 2 cars crashing there at the Nouvelle Chicane.
And Mike is stuck inside of Gibbo.
He's got to be careful not to get disqualified here. Next car behind us, all the way back at Portier though. Will's left the session.
As always.
Yeah, seems like a trend for him. Oh, Gibbo's left as well. Have I left?
They're both out. They're both out.
Oh, are they? When did Will
Yeah.
go out?
I don't know.
I don't either. I can't see. This is not good. I don't like this. Maybe I go into settings and back out of that. I want my menus back.
He tried pausing it and then pausing
Yeah,
again.
they're not coming back.
Whenever I say, whenever I
Oh,
do
and the
it in
Aston
the air.
Martin number 7. I don't know which one you are. You're missing a front end plate, and that's costing him some time to the Haas
That
and the
is
Mercedes.
K1A.
Khalifa, yeah. But JTK still leading from Tommy with about a couple car lengths gap between
How
them.
is that Khalifa?
I don't know, but that's what Tyrant's been calling him, so that's what I'm calling him. Gaps are going to be estimated in car lengths-ish.
Well, the gap between JTK and Today Tom is 1.4 seconds. Behind him is Chris, 1.5 seconds. Behind him is Mike with 1.8 seconds. Behind him is Crossfog, who was spun.
And now going to be fighting with the Williams into turn 1. DRS not enabled yet, maybe. No, DRS is enabled, he just didn't get it. Crossfog manages to stay ahead though. Now on the run up through Beau Rivage. Is he going to have a look into Massenet? No, it's quite tricky, to be honest, to go too wide through that corner. Relatively
Mike
high speed.
is very close to the back of Prezi Prez. Oh, and the guy you call Khalifa has hit the wall, and Mike has hit him as a result. And he sends it. Oh, he's crashed him out. I think that Mike is quite unsafe and needs to be removed. Sadly.
To be honest, I mean, I haven't seen everything, but based on what the other drivers were saying, I might kind of agree with that, to be honest. Based on that as well. Anybody else?
Well,
Close
Failing
together?
Squash and Tyrant King are close to the back of Crossfrog.
Yep,
Still.
I found that one. I have to go looking for them before I can... Oh, Tyrant nearly spins there on the exit of Anti-Nogue. Manages to keep going.
Oh, Mike was close to the back of some Khalifa, whatever you call him.
Khalifa's just
But
crashed.
not anymore.
They're both just trying to make it back to the pits, I think, to change their front wings. Yeah, they're both in. But, yeah, I think this is probably the closest battle on track. Crossfrog, Williams, and Tyrant. Unknown Williams.
Crossfrog Williams. It's Failing Squash.
Failing Squash, there we go. There's going to be a lot of car naming throughout this race.
You should learn their helmets, man.
I can't do that when I can't see what the drivers are. I can remember Khalifa, he's got the bright Lewis Hamilton helmet. Bright yellow Lewis Hamilton.
No, he doesn't.
It's like a Lewis Hamilton colour. Anyway.
It's blue. Khalifa's helmet's like blue.
No. The failing Squash in the Williams. Are we going to see a move, though, now from the Williams into turn 1? He's
They had
a
a
bit
poor
closer,
exit.
I think. Yeah, not a great exit. And yeah, hasn't given himself a nice opportunity there into turn 1. But yeah. What else is happening? Oh, we got the Mercedes of somebody, and I think this is the two that crashed. The Mercedes and the Aston of Khalifa. Going at it, and Khalifa spun on his own there and damaged his front wing again. And I think he's about to go a lap down as well, looking at the position of JTK. Khalifa retires. So green flags though, so no safety car.
Today Tom is now approaching his car. He needs to be careful that he's not going to crash into it. He's still on the race!
And he crashes! It's going to be chaos! The Williams crashes into the barrier. This is absolute chaos. His car is parked in the middle of the track. The Alfa Romeo crashes. We're about to have a car park here at Rascas. Oh, and the Williams is in. And Tyrant's crashed as well. Everybody is crashing here. This is absolute chaos. Today, Tommy losing multiple positions here because of the Aston Martin crash there. What have I just watched?
Why is there no safety car? The safety car is turned off.
No, it's not.
Are you sure? I'm 100% sure it's turned off. There's no way that car would be
Safety
parked
car
across the racing line. The
is-
safety car would not come out.
Safety car is on standard.
No way.
Yep.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's just not.
Well, Will was saying something about don't put it on standard, not reduced, because there's a safety car. Like I don't know if this just means that no safety cars full stop or something, but it's on standard. Prezzi's left the session as well. I guess he's had some sort of incident. And Mike drifting through Rascas. That was absolutely mad. Who is
It
leading now?
was
Is it JTK?
so
Is
unfortunate
it
for Tom.
JTK?
JTK is still leading.
and then
Somehow he got through.
and the Williams right behind him.
And Mike in P2, Crossfrog P3,
Mike in
Tyron
P2.
P4.
What? And they're going wheel to wheel
Not
through
the Mercedes, not the Mercedes.
Oh yes, sorry. Wheel to wheel, the Haas and the Williams, of failing squash. I can remember that one now. Through the tunnel there.
The car is still there. The Aston Martin is still there.
This is
The
gonna.
Khalifa.
This is
And there's no
absolute
safety
chaos.
cars. No.
No, those safety cars are definitely on. This is absolute chaos. Maybe we're going to have a lobby restart if there's going to be a car parked on the outside of Rascas for the entire
I think we
race.
might need it.
Um,
Holy moly!
this is ridiculous. At this point, we're just watching all the cars go past until someone crashes into it.
We're watching imminent death.
Okay, I'm going to have a look in Discord quickly. Is it still there?
Yes, it's still there.
Oh, is it? I'm gonna. Oh, something said. Yeah. Do you want to join their VC? And tell them.
I mean, just go on board with the Alfa Romeo. No, yeah, Mike. You can see it now. It's still there.
Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing it this whole time. I think go join their VC and what do you have? Yeah, this is absolute chaos. The car still parked on the outside of Rascas there, waiting for somebody to crash into it. And this is going to be absolute chaos here. There's no driver sat in that car, actually, I've just seen. Oh, is it? I think it's driverless. No, he's just sat there. There's a driver just sat in the car. Yeah, this is absolute chaos here in Monaco. We have a car abandoned in the middle of the track. These guys still racing. Yeah. Not too sure what's going to happen currently. Potentially will be a lobby restart. I've also lost my my telemetry, man, so I have absolutely no clue what lap we're on.
Oh, Prism!
Oh, Prism. So what's
We'll have
happening?
a lobby restart. Yes,
We are. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be able to see stuff.
that's gonna be 35%.
Okay, that's interesting. Whether I don't know whether we'll. Are we? So are we leaving now?
No, not leaving.
Okay. Hopefully everything will still work. That is. Yeah. Not too sure how that one's happened, but we had a car parked. Yeah. Here we go. Here's a good shot. Car parked at Rascas. That is an interesting sight to say the least. Maybe there's going to be a complaint or two. Someone saying, "Oh, why did you take me out?" People are leaving the session. So who's? Oh, all the cars are stopping on the track. One of the Alphas retired at the
Because
hairpin.
I've told
Yeah.
them to retire.
No, but I'm saying that his car didn't get removed. It just stopped it stopped on the exit of the hairpin. Anyone who retired on like pressed the retire button, I think it just parked their car. Because there is an Alpha just sat in the hairpin. Is Tom in VC anymore? Oh, he's retired. Yeah, look at these cars. The two that have just retired. Their cars have just stopped in the middle of the track. All right. I'm just gonna change to stuff and slow down a bit.
Yeah, have you done that, guys? Yeah.
1 sec.
I was just about to say.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Monaco Grand Prix here in Wicked Wednesday. We have just had a lobby restart because the lobby was bugged. We're going to be continuing from the last known position for a 35% race, so 27 laps. We will be racing here. So the new grid is JCK on pole, from Make, then Crossfrog, then Tyrant, the king of all. Tyrant's just got disqualified. That's not good for him. He's been using nice cold tyres. So then in P5, the king of all, Bailey Squash, today Tommy, Mike, BPA, Chris, and Khalifa. Not great for Tyrant. Gonna be starting on some cold tyres. Probably not gonna get a great launch off the line. Starting on the outside as well, we could see a challenge from the Aston Martin of the king of all into turn 1. As for tyres, JTK gone for mediums, making Crossfrog, and today Tommy all going for softs. Everybody else on mediums. For sure, gonna see some more chaos, I think, to be honest, like last time. This time they will be able to see it with some timing tower and track map. And we'll know
Until the race starts.
well, so hopefully we'll still have it by the time the race starts, and we'll actually know what's happening in the race and who we're watching, etc. But JCK coming towards Anthony Noakes now, who start the race. Tyrant's tyres are going to be stone cold for this restart. It's not going to be great for him. I think we could see a challenge from the Aston Martin, but lots to come here again in Monaco. Here we go. We've got some graphics this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, and the lights are out, and our drivers are away here in Monaco for the second time. JCK again getting a good start, but Make having a look on the inside. Crossfrog down the inside. King of all, sorry, that's down the inside, up past Tyrant into turn 1. Failing Squash also passed today, Tommy. They've managed to get through much more cleaner than last time.
Almost back past Failing Squash.
Yep. Into Massenet now. Everybody managed to survive this opening lap. BPI nearly going to the back of Mike there. Down into Casino.
I'm sending
Tommy
it.
having a look down the inside into Mirabeau. On
It's been
Tyrant.
rear-ended.
A little bit of contact there. Into the Lowe's hairpin now. All the drivers managing to make it through. The Haas having a look on the inside there of Mike. Not able to make a move there. Yeah, very tight corner there hairpin. Not the easiest to make a move out. JTK and Mick pulling away almost a second ahead of Crossfrog so far on this race. And yeah, looking quite good for them so far. Tommy quite close to the back of Tyrant as well. And not going to
He's going to want to make as many positions up as he can at the start of this restart after being very unfortunate with where he was placed on the restart.
Starting on those soft compound tyres though, so he's definitely going to have the means to make them. He has the pace. He qualified P2. So hopefully we're going to see some overtakes from the Dutch driver. Now down into Sandervot. Nobody making any moves. Not further back either. I think we're just going to settle down. Hopefully slightly less.
Oh,
chaotic
Tom's
race.
going for a
Tom
move.
going for it into Massenet. On down the inside. Now that's going to switch to the outside for Casino
Oh, that's a
Square.
good move.
Manages to get past though. What a move though from the McLaren driver. Managing to
Very
get past
brave.
Tyrant through Massenet, not a place you usually see overtakes, and then hangs it around the outside at Casino. Very good move there from
I'm actually
Tom.
having a pair for once.
Like
Yeah,
three.
boobs, of course.
I was a bit confused. What you meant by a pair? Yeah. Not really many overtakes happening so far at the start. I think 2 or 3 so far. But where they have happened, it's been very exciting. Tommy made up a couple places though off this start, using those soft compound tyres very effectively. JTK pulling away at the front though, a second clear of Make, who is almost 2 seconds clear of the Alpine of Crossfrog.
It does seem all but confirmed that JTK is going to win this race.
Yeah, I mean, he was miles ahead on the last one. I think probably helped by the fact there was an Aston Martin parked sideways in the track, which lost everyone a lot of time. But yeah, Tommy's still pushing on, right on the back of the King of All now. Is he going to be having a look into the hairpin potentially? I doubt it from how far back he is. Oh, the Aston goes into the back of Crossfrog there. This hairpin is very messy sometimes. You often have a lot of people going into the back of people. Very easy to get wing damage if you slightly miss your breaking point. But everyone seems to have got through these first few laps unscathed.
Somehow.
Yeah. I mean, if you saw what last race was like, that's very shocking to be honest. BPA gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Oh, and there's a hassle. That is BPA as well. He spun. And we've got a virtual safety car for that front wing.
And
BPA.
ghosting is on.
Ghosting's on.
Ghosting is on.
Are you sure that's not just because he's reset to track?
Why is his car flashing?
Flashing? Hang on.
Or is that just the lights? That's very confusing.
Ghosting is off.
Okay. We have VSC and the safety cars are actually working.
I think it's just because he reset the track, he started ghosting. He's into the pit to change his front wing. Chris in as well. Maybe he got some end plate damage. I don't think it was affecting the pace too much. Maybe a little bit. But now the field is neutralized, driving at 40% speed. And these guys are going to be very eager to get going again. I believe it is
Like there's
going to be
green
coming
flags
in.
very soon.
Yeah. Any second now. Hopefully, please. It's very easy actually to get a drive through here. With the number of slow corners, it's very easy to misjudge the restart and get yourself a drive through. So far, I mean, I can't see anyone's delta. But I mean, look at the gap between Crossroad and Civil. And there we go. Mike and Phelan Squash get drive-through penalties for speeding under the VSC. They misjudged it. Where were they? They were in the tunnel, actually. And we got yellow flags. The King of Wolves crashed out there. I think he's hit the inside barrier. And he has crashed there. Please tell me that car's going to disappear. It's off the track, but it's on the racing line. It's gone. Okay, the lobby is working now. That is a relief. Cars will disappear.
That was a safety car.
I mean, we just come with BSC.
Oh, Tom and Mike pit.
Maybe wing damage from that. They were around the same area
Doesn't look
as
like Tom's got wing
the King of
damage, and he's
Wool.
not changing his wing either. Is he going to the hard tyre to finish the race? He might be.
That's quite a bold strategy. I don't know how many laps the hard. Mike's gone to them. Oh no, Mike was serving a drive-through. Failing Squash staying out, quite a risky strategy to be honest. If he gets a safety car, he's going to be quite bummed because he could have effectively neutralized the drive-through. He would have lost 2 positions, I think, if he had just served it now.
Well, Tom's crossed the line on the pit exit. Maybe got a little warning for that.
Yeah, probably not too bothered. There's only a couple of corners you can really get track limits at here, so maybe taking one warning to save a bit of time. He's not too bothered about. JTK's lead currently 2 seconds to make.
Oh! Tom had a moment. I think he might have wing damage.
Let's have a look. Nothing visual. No.
Hit the whole wall very hard though.
I think given the speed of Monaco, quite often you can still hit the walls, like side on, end plate going into the wall, but because it's quite a low speed, and we see more cars failing Squash coming into the pits to serve his drive through. That is, yeah. Crossfrog now 8 seconds off of JTK, the leader. He's in P3 right now. He's got Tyrant 1.4 seconds behind. Those soft tires, as we saw in the sprint race, are probably going to be starting to die off a little bit. We might see Tyrant closing in, including his pace advantage over Crossfrog, although it's probably neutralized a little bit by the different car performances. I think we're going to be seeing some fighting between Crossfrog and Tyrant here. Mike and Failing Squash going at it again as they were earlier on. Are we going to see this fight boil over once again?
In my opinion, Thomas pitted way too early for those hard tyres.
Yeah.
The medium tyres are still going to have a lot of juice in them. They're going to have a massive advantage on the hard tyre until at least lap 10.
But yeah. So Failing Squash and Mike, the only guys, I guess Tyrant and Crossfrog as well. They're the closest guys on track now. Mike is pulling away a little bit from Failing Squash. Does Failing Squash get a track limits penalty there? Or is what? Yeah, it's a track limits penalty. I was going to say, I wasn't sure why he still had the penalty icon. Tyrant very close to cross. In fact, going round the outside, currently into turn one, backs off. Not willing to take the risk, I guess. Very easy to end up in a barrier trying to go around the outside. Is he going to have a look like Tom did into Massenet? No, he's not able to. Not able to brake late enough. Wasn't close enough. He's going to have to sit behind, probably a little bit frustrated, losing a bit of time here. But yeah, not much he can do right now. Has a little look for a second into the hairpin. Goes quite deep there. We might be seeing a move, though, on the exit of the tunnel into the Nouvelle chicane from the AlphaTauri driver.
Oh, he's got a very good run.
He's almost he had to lift in the tunnel. Actually, he was that much faster. And I think Crossroad Play.
Yeah, he's let him through.
They are in a DC together. I wouldn't be and now we have no more cars fighting. How exciting!
Well, Chris is pulling away from Tom. Tom is struggling on those hard tyre.
Maybe you were right, and he did get wing damage. For me,
Well, he definitely got wing damage from that, surely.
For me, it says he's got his pit limiter on whenever I look at his steering wheel. Well, still no end plates missing, but obviously you can go to probably around the yellow wing damage before you lose your end plates, I think. Mike gaining on Khalifa
Tom
now.
almost spun. He did clip the wall in Raskas.
Yeah. Mike now in the DRS of Khalifa. Obviously, only one DRS zone, so he's not going to be getting that for a while.
And you can always vouch on something happening when Mike is behind the driver.
Yeah. So yeah, we shall see. Maybe a potential move into the Nouvelle chicane, like we saw with Tyrant and Crosswalk, although that was probably a bit more engineered than this one's going to be. Mike right on the back of him now. 3/10 separating them through Portier. And look at the exit that Mike's got out of there. I think he's had to lift as well. Otherwise, there was going to be a crash there. Having a look into Nouvelle
He'll
chicane.
send it. He didn't.
Hasn't gone for it. Playing it safe. Doesn't want to cause a collision right now.
Whoa. Makes a change.
Keywords right now. Had a look into the
Oh.
swimming pool there, actually. Not a place you really ever see overtakes, unless it's wet and your name's Pierre Gasly.
Might see one here. No.
Raskas.
Oh.
Oh, never mind. Khalifa's gone deep, and
He's done a tactical DRS thing there. But he didn't even get it.
he didn't get the DRS. That's because the detection's on the exit of the green.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And I mean,
Let him through.
it's such a short DRS zone, you're probably not even going to get past him. Chris right on the back of Phoenix Wash, his teammate at Williams for today's race. Very close. Is he going to go for it into Massenet? No, he's not. Not quite close. Phoenix Wash is on the back of Khalifa. Does Khalifa maybe have wing damage, and that's why he let it fall? I can't see anything.
Oh, Tom surely has wing damage. I don't think I've seen understeer like that in a long time.
These guys, Tom is dropping back a lot. 8 seconds now behind Chris.
I know Tom drives with too much steering, but this is to another extreme.
Failing squash right on the back of Khalifa now through the tunnel. Chris right behind him again. I think we might.
Chris was alongside his teammate just then.
Yeah, I think we might be seeing a move here from one of these guys. Never mind, nobody came for it. Nouvelle chicane is probably the best overtaking opportunity on this track. To be honest, it's probably the heaviest braking. Oh, and there's contact. Khalifa and Failing squash come together, and
Tom needs to be careful that the same thing doesn't happen again.
He manages to get past just about. Without the Haas of BPA, he's breaking past them now. And he's in the wall again. He's lost all of his front wing now. BPA round the outside at Raskas. Surely the Williams is going to be in the pits. BPA loses the rear, nearly hits him there.
Almost forced him into the pits.
I mean, you wouldn't be staying out with no wing here at Monaco. You're losing probably just as much time as riding on the wet track in qualifying as they were. And now it's back as it was before. Absolutely no fights left. Unfortunate for Fading Squash there. He went for it, I think, into the back. I don't know whether he just got so much of a better run and then ended up with nowhere to go, or whether he was actually trying a move. But it was front right to rear left contact on the exit of Raskas, which spun him into the barrier. Unfortunate for him.
If I were Tom, I would wait until maybe about lap 15. And because you're going to have fresh medium tyres, pit for the mediums.
I
and
mean,
change your front
to
wing.
be honest, I think he's just hanging out for a safe car at this point. If he does have wing damage, he's not going to be fighting for anything anyway. I mean, if he pits, he's going to be coming out pretty much dead last anyway. So I guess he's just
It's not
thinking,
like he has much to lose.
yeah, I guess he's thinking, I'll just sit here and see what happens. Wait for someone to crash out, maybe. But no one's really fighting, so
Currently, he's going to be in
become-
P9 anyway.
Yeah, it's going to come down to driver error, really, because nobody's fighting. In fact, he is the closest battle, him and BPA. So yeah. BPA closing in on Tommy. I'm almost certain now he has damage. There's no way that Tommy is this slow. I'm sorry, but this isn't Tommy's pace.
As I said,
Yeah.
if I were Tom, and I'm quite glad I'm not, I would pit for mediums and change my front wing.
Tom, that's a secret code message if you're listening to the stream. Jax being your race engineer, he's telling you to pit if you didn't understand that.
Well, you're going to have even more wing damage now doing that. That's 100% sure.
BPA right on the back of him now. He's going to get DRS down. Oh, never mind.
BPA's going to go for him. Raskas. Around the outside again.
Tommy slows down, lets him pass.
Surely he has to pit.
And
He does
in.
pit. Yeah, there we go. He's listening.
Maybe his original pistol was for wing damage and they didn't change it.
He's not changed his front wing again. Oh, for God's sake.
Yes,
He
he
is
has.
changing it. Good.
I think maybe he originally pitted because he got light front wing damage and they didn't. He forgot to change the setting. That could be an explanation as to why he didn't pit immediately. He was going to see how he could cope. BPA right on the back of Khalifa. I think Khalifa's had a moment here. BPA having a look into the hairpin, not able to make a move. BPA making quite a lot of moves here. He's just got past Tommy through Raskas. Now onto the back of the Aston Martin. Probably made the most overtakes of this race at this point. Is he going to have a look, though, into the new chicane? Under braking, not quite close enough. Although I think he's just gone into the back of the Aston Martin, actually.
Yeah, what he said.
The Aston Martin. Oh, and
Aston
Khalifa
Martin.
into the wall. I think Khalifa's got some quite bad wing damage, I guess.
He just got the corner.
Yeah. I wouldn't go up the inside if I were you, BPA. I think he's pitting. Okay, well, he's got past. And
He's not
Khalifa
pitting.
stays out. Crossrock coming out of the pit lane now. He's going to come out quite close with these guys, to be honest. Where is he going to be relative? Just in front of these guys. Maybe he's got the X in the pits now, actually. So he's about a second clear of BPA and Khalifa. On brand new mediums, he should be able to pull a bit of a gap once those tyres are up to temperature. Make now on 12-lap-old softs. I think Tyrant's been closing on us, but I haven't really been watching that gap. But this is about the distance they did in the sprint, and those tyres were very bad, we were hearing from the drivers. So I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, if Make's tyres are quite bad. Oh, we got yellow flags. Failing Squash has crashed out a casino.
Safety car!
It's virtual. Oh, no, it's full. It's full. I think he's turned in too early. He's lost his front right tyre. He's turned into casino too early. And this does actually help.
Safety car!
Oh, there we go. This helps Tommy, actually. He's still on the lead lap, and this is going to allow him to catch back up. He's just
Stay
pitted
out,
up-
Tom.
Yeah, he's
Stay out,
just
Tom.
pitted, so he doesn't have to change his tyres. But
Actually, no. If he pits, does he have fresh? Would he have fresh mediums?
it
I don't
depends.
think he
It depends
would.
if he chose softer or standard allocation.
If he's got fresh mediums, pit for fresh mediums because you're not going to lose anything by pitting now.
Well, push on these tyres to catch up because he's quite far behind, and then pit for it. JTK passed the safety car though, so if he pits and JTK doesn't, which I never see happening, then that would mean that Tommy goes a lap down. But I think, yeah. And he has stayed out. Either doesn't have fresh mediums, I guess, or doesn't see a point in it. But yeah,
There is a big risk of being lapped. Yeah.
we have got to wait quite a while now because Yeah, Maker's only just past the safety car, so he's got to do an entire lap. Can I get that virtual safety car to change? Oh, it's still on my screen.
And mine.
That's why I was so confused when you said safety car. JTK in the pits now, changing
Safety
onto
car!
soft compound tyres for JTK.
Oh, there we go.
Anticipating a
It says
bit of... There we go.
if you
changed now.
pause, if you pause.
Well, I paused and
Oh,
it didn't change. Anticipating some chaos, I think, from JTK here. Although that's some other distance they did in the sprint, to be honest, so maybe he thinks he can get to the end on those. It's going to be interesting to see what his pace is like. Make on the mediums, Tyrant to Mike on the hard compound tires. They're probably going to struggle a little bit to keep those up tempo. Khalifa is on mediums. He hasn't, sorry, 13 lap old mediums. He hasn't changed those yet. Mike gets a drive through for speeding. Oh, that's coming into the pit lane. He's
I had that bug before.
I think it's if you have
Are you kidding, Tom?
if you have too much delta, what happens when you hit the wall?
I think Tom's just hit the wall under the safety car.
We'll see at the end of this lap as so if he has got any kind of wind damage, he will pit. He'll have 3 laps, so the safety car will be in at the latest lap 17. He's stayed out. Let's hope he doesn't have any wind damage for his sake. So yeah, safety car will be in 3 laps, I believe, from now, or 2 or 3. I'm not entirely sure. And
Tom can get position here.
they're going to be fighting on the pit exit. Who's going to get ahead at the timing
he's
line?
fine.
It's going to just be Khalifa. I will be back in a second, but I'm just going to leave it on watching JTK and the safety car make a tyrant.
Safety car.
Have fun.
Yeah, JTK's caught the safety. Oh, sugar. Somebody hit the wall. I think it was BPA, possibly. No. He still has his M plate and everything on his front wing. Tyrant pits again. He's going to go onto the soft tyre. Interesting strategy call. With more and more cars filing up behind the safety car. And hopefully for Tom, and hopefully for Khalifa and BPA, that it doesn't go in this lap.
I don't believe it will be in this lap. They might actually catch this. They aren't masses behind. They're in the same sector now. But I think it should be out for one more. They caught it on lap 15. But we shall see.
Stay onto sector 3 now.
And
It's in this lap.
I think they'll be able to catch it. Look, they're only at the Nouveau chicane.
Remember the limiter gets enabled now as well.
Yeah, but think how slow they're going to be going. JTK does slow restarts as well. Currently doing 50, 45, 40.
Is that legal?
Maybe. I thought it wasn't, but apparently it is. He's doing 25, 20. Maybe he's just backing up to let them catch, to be honest. I don't know. I'm not sure about the legality of it. I've reported it in the past, and I think they said it was alrightish. But here we go for the restart. Never mind. I thought he was going out of the final corner. And he has gone now. Who's got a good restart? I'm going the wrong way on the time screen. Crossfrog looked like he got a really good restart, actually. Almost going past Mink there. Oh, I didn't realize Crossfrog was actually P2. Tommy up into P8 now. I need my hands in the position. That's why I'm moving the wrong way. Tommy manages to get up into P8 through turn 1 there. Past
Tyrant's
Khalifa.
going to look for a move on Crossfrog here. He does send it down the inside. He makes the apex.
Manages to get past
it's a good
Mirabeau
move.
there. Yeah, nice clean move from him. Williams goes into the back of the Alpine of Crossfrog there. Hopefully, Chris didn't get any wing damage from that one. But yeah, again, managing to get through the opening sector quite cleanly for these guys, to be honest. Is Chris going to be having a look on Crossfrog here into the chicane? Not close enough to be going for a move there. But yeah, this is definitely livened the race up a little bit with bit of strategy influencing it. Brought some of the guys back in. The field was very spread out, to be honest, and
It was.
it's definitely going to be nice having a little bit more fighting going on. Mike into the pits.
Service drive-through, I believe.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got a drive through for when he entered the pit lane. Unfortunate for him, but it is what it is. Stuff happens. We're playing F1 23. What do you expect? Here, Chris and Crossfrog going up, and there's contact through Beau Rivage and into Mustang, and it's absolute chaos. 4 cars involved. Has Tommy got through without damage?
It looks like he has, just about.
Crossfrog did a 360 through Beau Rivage, and he still managed to keep going, not losing
And Tom
too much
makes
time.
contact with Crossfrog. He's still going to try and hold it around the outside. This is not a smart move, Tom.
And he manages to keep it out the barrier.
How did they...
Oh no! And
he
there's
spun him
contact.
round. Tom, stop. Tom, stop.
And there's contact between Tom and Chris there on through the second portier. This is absolute chaos. They're now 5 seconds back. I'm
Tom normally
surprised.
has a lot more patience than that.
I think it's just Monaco doing things to people. To be honest, I'm very surprised that we had no DNS. I saw a bit of end plate from, I think, from the Haas of BPA. I'm not too sure who it was. Yeah, BPA missing his end plate. But yeah, 1 or 2 cars doing
Not here either, Tom. Oh,
spinning Kubo Rivage, and yeah, these guys fighting it like crazy now. I think Tom's losing his patience a little bit after the race he's had, and
okay, now here.
up
here,
Kubo
do it here.
Rivage into
being
Massenet.
blocked.
Has a look. He did this on Tyrant earlier in the race. Oh, and there's contact again. Banging wheels, although it's Monaco. What do you expect?
This could end badly.
Into
Cross is not going to give
Mirabeau.
up. He's broke late. He's almost forced Tom into the wall.
Oh, and Tom's in the wall. He's lost his end
You
plate,
get.
and Tom, he retires. Oh no.
He retires. Oh dear, Tom's going to get a penalty for that.
I mean, I guess he'll argue even if he wasn't retiring, his car still would have been stopped in the hairpin. There's not much else he could have done.
With the car reversed.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
It looked like it was just stopped on my screen. Well, today Tommy losing his cool there, losing his patience, it has ended badly.
Well, if he's watching the stream, he knows how silly he's been.
Tommy been a silly Billy. But we've still got a little bit of fighting. 7, 8 laps. I never know how. I feel like counting down, whatever. We've got some laps left still to race. So, come on, give us some good action. Chris right on the back of Khalifa. Probably carrying a little bit of wing damage after the contact of Beau Rivage a few laps ago. But just sitting behind the Aston for now. Not making any moves. Although, if he's got a decent exit out of 48, I don't think he's not going to be close enough to move here into the chicane. Crossfrog also catching up to BPA, who does have that missing end plate. We might see his positions. Oh!
Khalifa's just binned it.
Khalifa spun, missing some front wing there. How many
Khalifa
safety cars
doing a
have we had?
trademark 10,000 point turn. We have had 1 safety car.
And a virtual safety car, right?
And a virtual safety car, yeah.
2 out of 4. And he hits the wall again. Could be 3 at this rate. And that's BPA and Crossroad swapping positions into turn 1. Chris goes into the back of BPA. Cross losing the exit on losing the car on the exit there. BPA nearly ends up going back past. And Chris down the inside through Massenet. Manages to get through quite cleanly actually for a move there. Mike having a look on BPA into Mirabeau, not making the pass though. Yeah, Khalifa in the pit lane, fitting some softs, maybe going for the fastest lap now. Nobody else really going to be expecting to pit, I guess. So, decent opportunity to nab a point for Khalifa. These guys still battling out onto the back. Chris and Crossroad swapping positions through into to back. BP hits the wall and he's made contact with Mike as well. That wing clearly not giving him enough turn in, and he now has no front wing. Debris all over the track. Still no safety car. He's going to have to pit this lap. Oh, Crossfrog spinned it. Crossfrog spinned it out of Anthony Noakes. He's lost his front wing as well. And he's going to have to do an entire lap without a front wing. That's really not going to help his race here. I think he might come up behind BPA as well as a result, which is very unfortunate for him. And Crossfrog's crashed at turn 1, I think. And he's out. No safety car, though. Are we going to be able to see... No. I don't know what happened to Crossfrog. But yeah. Mike still quite close to Chris, the closest gap on the track currently. But I believe he has wing damage. He's coming into the pit lane now, which leaves us with a very spread field again. Make 2 seconds off JTK. We could actually get a bit of a fight here for the win. JTK on the sauce, which are probably going to start to die off soon, compared to Make on the mediums. Mike on the mediums. I think that there might be a race in these final few laps, potentially. We shall hope. Everybody past these guys very spread apart. And we got JTK, Mike, Tyrant at the front, all about 3 seconds. Not the most eventful end to the race as of right now, but we will hope.
Yeah, come. Oh,
Yellow
someone's
flags,
binned it.
Khalifa,
Oh, of course it is. Sorry, I wasn't meant to say that.
but manages to keep going. Khalifa a lap down, I think, as well already.
Not quite, not quite.
No, he's because it's the leaders are in front of him.
Oh.
They're-
Yeah, he's lap down. Yeah. And he's spun again. Oh, how did he save that? I think this is the only entertainment we're going to get for the rest of this race.
We'll watch Khalifa. We'll go on for.
I'm deaf. My mixer on my headset decided it was going to turn the game sound to full.
Oh, I should actually probably yeah. Khalifa bringing our entertainment as JTK is maintaining that to Make and pulling it a bit. Never mind, Make is out of the race. That changes everything. Well, maybe not everything, but
Are you going to get a late safety car?
I don't think so. That's
Safety car!
unfortunately, I think we're too late for a safety car now on lap 25. And that is the end of the race for Mate. And as it stands, I believe we're going to be getting an Alpha Tauri 1-2. I mean, they're well and truly clear. JTK another 9 seconds further ahead. We have cars in every sector.
Right,
That's how
Tyrant
spread it
almost
is.
hit the wall on the exit of the Nouvelle Chicane. That was quite terrifying to look at.
Yeah, very unfortunate, to be honest. Not Mate, Mike,
Mike.
crashing out with 2.5 laps left in the race. He was on for a very good result as well, P2. But yeah, costly mistake for him. Can't turn a bit too early and hit that inside wall. And yeah, that's going to hurt his fight in the championship as well. JCK
And
is
his
quite
feelings.
clear, to be honest, of the rest. He's on 156 before this race. Tyrant's on 116. Mike 6. But JCK and Tyrant going to be extending that even further after this. Khalifa finally gets past Mike's dead car. Well and truly shit show. I mean, it's Monaco. What do you expect? Closest gap by 8 seconds, nearly 9 seconds to Mike and Chris. Just taking the fastest lap, I believe. Yes, has the fastest lap right now, 1:10.9. And unless we see a late pit stop from JTK or Tyrant, I think it's going to stay that way, to be honest. Lap 27, though, started now by our leaders. I mean, it's been an amazing show from the two Alpha Tauris. JCK pretty much leading everything from start to finish. I think, in fact, has led everything from start to finish. I can't think of a moment where he hasn't been that P1 driver. It's been utter domination from him. Tyrant was right up there in P3 in the sprint before he crashed out, dropped him to last in this race. And it's been a very good recovery drive from him, managing now to get up to P2 as a result of a couple DNFs in front of him. But in the end, as we expected, it's going to be JTK coming around the final corner now to win the Monaco Grand Prix by quite some margin as well. Tyrant's now coming through Raskas. One corner left to go through Anthony Nogues. And he is coming to the line to take P2 to make an Alpha Tauri 1-2 finish here in the Principality. And this actually is going to be close. What are the penalties like here? 3 seconds for Chris. I think he should just about hang on to this P3.
Well, they're side by side in the final corner.
Yeah, I think Chris just manages to hang on to take that final podium position. Takes the P3, Mike in P4, BPA P5, and Khalifa will be P6.
Mike was very unfortunate not to get the podium position. He was held up by Khalifa in the final sector.
Yeah. Tyrant. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think there was definitely a chance had there not been that traffic, maybe with the penalty. But it didn't go his way in the end, and Chris managing to hang on to take the podium there. But should we get some interviews, I guess?
I will leave you to do the
Yeah.
interviews.
So there is the finishing result. JTK takes the win from Tyrant and Chris. Mike, BPA, Khalifa, of all the finishing drivers. Make Crossfrog, Tommy, Train Squash, King of all crashing out. Mike managing to take the fastest lap there in the end. Let's quickly go through the race director, and we can see about some interviews.
Enjoy the interviews.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna love you and leave you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bum, 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 bum. Okay, let's mute that.
Hello.
Hello, Tyrants. Congratulations on the P2. Very much a race of attrition here in the Principality. Tell us a bit about how it was for you.
So qualifying was okay. Where was I? Third.
Yeah, I think
That
third.
that then we don't talk about the sprint, but it means I started 12th for the main race, which wasn't fun at all. Carnage at the start. I got wing damage from a collision with Will. And then basically from the restart, just kept my nose clean and pushed to the end without hitting a wall. Make.
Yeah, so obviously benefiting from that DNF there. But there was quite a few battles, especially at the start, obviously having to cut your way through the field. Um, I guess, yeah, I mean, well done for keeping your nose clean. That's the main thing. Definitely lots of collisions happening behind you. But yeah, how do you think the safety car helped you a lot? Do you think you would
Oh
win
no!
without it?
Oh no! That the safety car was worst case scenario.
All right. So yeah, so safety car not helping you out, but yeah, I mean it was definitely a very strong race. 1-2 for AlphaTauri there. Um,
I mean
Monaco.
that doesn't mean anything in this championship for one
Yeah,
two for a team.
yeah. Well,
It says more about what happened that the slowest car got a 1-2.
I mean we have seen pretty much this whole season the slowest car winning or one of the slower cars winning. I think that's kind of the nature of the championship. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, congratulations on the second place. Lots of points. JTK is obviously going to extend his championship lead, but you're gonna. I think you're well, you're pulling quite a distance away from Make.
I have every belief that JTK will win this, and I will finish
Yeah.
second.
Well, yeah. Congratulations on the P2. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, managing to keep your nose clean was probably the biggest factor there in that race. But yeah, well done.
Danke dir. Auf Wiedersehen.
We will just see if we're getting a Chris interview. I'm not too sure though. In fact, I don't know if he's on the line anymore. Oh no, he's typing. Let's see. Okay, so that is going to be the end of the stream. Thank you all very much for watching. I mean, race of attrition, probably the best way to describe that one. Finishing with just 6 drivers. But yeah, lots of carnage happening, plenty of incidents. Thank you everyone very much for watching. Make sure to hit that follow button, and we will see you next week out in uh in Mexico in Wicked Wednesday. Also tomorrow on Thursday we have the Qatar sprint race in Division 1, and on Saturday the same track, same sprint race, Qatar sprint race in Division 2. But yeah, make sure to tune in for those races. Thank you everyone very much for watching, and we will see you later.